Welcome to the Unbothered Moms, where we are shifting our perspectives and letting shit go. I'm Bridget.
I'm Kat.
And today we have an episode all about sex for you guys.
All about sex, baby.
Yes.
Wow.
Let's talk about you and your preferences.
Yeah, thank you. We put a poll up and we got so many responses. So we're really excited to talk about statistics relative to our audience.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Right?
Yeah. Love it.
That came out nice off the tongue.
I know.
No.
I was actually shocked.
I'm running on like no sleep, but that came out like I got 12 hours.
Shout out to you.
So I'm going to actually pull up our poll results and we're kind of going to go through it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for everyone. But I will say the first one was, do you remember your first time? And I thought that'd be a funny one because I'm sure there's an amount of people who were like drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Or they don't want to remember.
Or they don't.
Black
Yeah.
out.
So they blocked it out of their head for years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did most people remember or no?
Yeah. So 96% remembered.
Wow. And how many people did we have respond for?
79 people responded.
Damn.
Okay. And 76 remembered and 3 didn't remember.
Wait, 93.
What?
You said 96%?
96%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Do you remember yours?
Oh, yeah. I called my mom after.
Oh,
And my best friend. We FaceTimed. And I was like, I did it.
I'm dead. Oh, my God.
Do you remember yours?
Yeah.
Did you bleed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
that
lot.
shit does not feel good.
No.
The first time is very uncomfortable.
Yeah. But it happened. And I was like, okay.
You know what?
I feel like it was just like a kind of a check the box thing.
That's how it was for me. I just wanted to get it over with.
Like I don't know. I was just like, okay, it happened. And it's not like I was then like running rampant, like just having sex all the time. Like it wasn't that. I was just like, okay, it happened. Like, cool.
And I think that's how I wanted it for me. I didn't want it. I felt like it was on me, weighing on me. Like I was 18. It was my freshman year. And I was kind of just like, can we just rip the Band-Aid off? Can we just do it? I'm like 18 now and I don't want to think about it.
Right.
Like waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
So I made it happen.
But consensually, you made it happen.
Get this V card.
But you made it happen consensually. Let's for the record.
He didn't know. I mean, he might have known after. He was pretty.
Oh, he didn't know you were a virgin.
Yeah, no.
He knew what was going on.
Oh, he knew. He knew.
Your responses are real sus right now.
He knew what was going on, but like we had a long night of like partying. You're in college, and it's not like I was like gushing blood or anything, but just enough to be uncomfortable. He didn't realize.
Yeah,
he probably just like, this feels great.
Yeah,
yeah, and I have no issues with how I lost it or when I lost it or who I lost it with.
Yeah, you know what? I did for a little bit because I was made to feel ashamed of it, but I don't.
No.
I was 14 or 15. I was in a car with somebody that I liked at the time. And it's fine.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It happened. Not a big deal. I also had my first blunt and my first beer that night.
Okay.
It was just you rip the Band-Aid off kind of time.
That is a lot of things happening at once. But
it wasn't at once. It was like a tiered approach.
A tiered approach.
But it was in one night. We'll say, 7 hour.
That was an epic night.
It was epic, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like I've had way more.
Epic.
At the time, it was like, holy shit.
All this stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then you woke up, you're like, I'm not a virgin anymore.
I'm not a virgin.
And you're like,
I smoked weed. I didn't even get high. And then I had beer, which wasn't even good.
It's like a Budweiser.
It was like from a keg.
I love it.
Yeah, it was gross.
Speaking of our virginity, when did you lose your virginity? So we have 15 to 18 years old was 62%.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
High school.
And then 10% was 11 to 14. 18 plus was 26%, which I was pretty surprised.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then 1%, one other vote. So either over,
probably
maybe younger than
hopefully
11.
over.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Or they're a virgin. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So who knows?
That's also an option.
Also an option. But at 15 to 18 years old, that felt like pretty normal.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yes. I feel like everybody's going through puberty for the most part. Mm-hmm. You're exploring. It's the first time you have like a little bit of independence, whether you're doing like after school activities or hanging out with your friends on the weekends. Their parents might be going out. So yeah, that makes complete sense, I feel like.
But I will say.
What?
I was so shocked by this question. Okay? This rattled me to my core. Rattled.
What was the next question?
Moved me. Moved me. Okay? This one. Ready?
Yeah.
Did anyone talk to you or teach you about sex growing up?
Okay.
71% no. 70%
Yeah.
We're not taught about sex growing up.
Yeah.
Or talked to. That is so insane to me. Like, you know the emoji with the head explodes?
Oh, for sure.
That's me. That's like, but also, I guess, coming from my family, it was so talked about.
No.
Like, it was out there. My mom would be like, don't wait until marriage. You got to test the equipment before you buy it.
I agree.
You know, and she'd be like, if you're in a relationship and it's new and you're in the honeymoon phase and you're not fucking like a rabbit, then it's not right for you.
Do you feel
just
like
very open?
Okay, so you have 2 older brothers.
Yes.
Do you feel like it's because that you had 2 older brothers that it was more open and talked about, or do you feel like that's just was just your mom and dad?
You know what the problem was? It wasn't talked about with my parents, I feel like.
What do you mean?
Their parents didn't talk to them.
Oh, no. I mean, my parents didn't really talk to me.
Which, like, not cool.
No.
So I think my parents wanted to change that.
Okay.
And be open about it. And
progressive.
I mean, not like my dad was, like, talking to me about sex, like,
No.
openly. But it could be talked about openly, and he wouldn't judge.
Right. Or be like, change the topic or whatever.
And my mom was very, like, let's talk about it. You know, and I think she also knew that I wasn't very sexually explorative or whatever. Like, when I was younger, I was kind of just like, I want to play sports. You know, like, and if I did anything, I just smooched a boy. Like, I wasn't like touching peepees and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she knew that. I would tell her.
Yeah.
But
touching peepees. I hate it so much. I hate that you use that term.
Just a little
no.
Like, I'm the one who never knew like what going skiing was or whatever. Like, a girl would give a double hand job.
What?
You didn't know that? Skiing.
That seems like a lot of work.
There's like, I know, but this is like stuff that was talked about, and I'd be like, what? I want to go skiing? Because I didn't know. And then they'd laugh at me and be like, girl, you just said.
You show up to a party with like your ski boots. And they're like, yeah, sorry, the trip got canceled.
They're like, that's not what the vibe was.
Skiing?
I did not pass the vibe check.
I did not.
There's
I've
so
never
many
heard of
things
that.
Like that like are just sexual innuendos, and you're like, I don't know that.
Skiing.
Mm-hmm. But you weren't taught about sex?
Not really.
Not talked about it?
Talked about it. So this is the thing. Because I lost my virginity, I would say at like a kind of a youngish age. It was then a forced topic.
Did you tell your mom?
No, I think she found out.
How?
Probably I was being stupid. This is okay. So I didn't really have a cell phone. I wish she wasn't working because I'd phone a friend and she'd probably be like, "What the fuck? Like, why are we talking about this?" There. But I had a phone in my room, but it was tied to the house line. So it was probably like she picked up the phone or something.
Heard you, and you were like, "Yeah, I got it in."
Or like literally talking to him.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't remember how she found out.
But then she's like, "Bitch, we're getting on birth control or anything," or she tell you to use condoms?
We went to go get we went to the OBGYN, got tested, the whole shebang. Was I on birth control? I don't remember. I might have already been on birth control for like something different. She's like, "Did you wear a condom?" I was like, "I think so." I was the worst. Like, the reason she had to dye her hair is probably because of me. It's 100% for me. All of her wrinkles, that's me. Yeah. But then it was like you have to talk about it, but it still was like not talked about in the way that it wasn't comfortable. It wasn't like an honest conversation. It was like, I don't know.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm very open.
Yes.
But the way that I was raised, my parents are both not like that at all.
Okay.
Like, not at all.
And you're like,
so I'm just out with it.
I love that because I think we will make sure that our kids growing up know what sex is, know what their body parts is, know how to talk about it.
Even like masturbation, like that was never discussed. My mom walked in on me one time. And I will never forget that. Scarred for life. I think she knew what I was doing, but I don't know.
But you knew what you were doing, so you instantly felt like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Shame. That is the
shame. Shame. For the record, my door was closed. I had music blasting. I guess she was trying to get me to do something and I couldn't hear because I was busy.
You were in Pleasure Town.
I was busy.
But that's masturbation, knowing your body parts, feeling okay about feeling yourself.
Right.
Like, that's super important. And like that needs to be transferred over to our children growing up. That's
for sure.
Normal. That's normal.
Yeah.
Because how will you ever know how you would like someone to please you or what feels good to you if you don't explore yourself?
You don't.
That's so important.
And the fact, I could go on a rant about that and just like how society, like if women can't empower themselves to like make themselves feel good, then they're just relying on a guy or maybe another girl to do it. And like maybe it's not exactly what they like, but they don't know how to communicate that effectively. Like, what are we do? Like, why do it anyway? Like, do it at all then?
That leads into our next question.
God, I'm so good at that without even knowing.
I know. Do you ask for what you want sexually? So I was also surprised by this. 83% said yes.
80. That's great.
I was like,
but also,
bullshit.
Who's lying?
I felt bullshit. And I think, okay, so there's.
So why do you think it's bullshit?
So one said, I'm not comfortable asking. 5 votes said no. And then 5 votes said, wish I could.
Oh.
But I said no because like I've always been that way. I feel like as I've gotten older and better, like kind of suggesting what I might like.
Well, you're a people pleaser.
I am. So it's really hard of just being like, that doesn't work for me. Or I don't even know. Like, but through all of my sexual partners, making it seem like there's a ton. There's not.
All 2? Just kidding. JK, LOL.
Yeah, the guy from college and then my husband. That's it.
Some
people.
I have some friends that only have one sexual partner.
Okay. Sorry. My mom would be so disappointed. How dare you get out there and explore the world?
Wait, do you consider, this is a side note, do you consider like oral sex, fingering, fisting sex?
No.
Okay.
You got to put the P in the V. Or the V in the V, or the P in the P.
Right. Or P in the B.
P in the P.
P in the P doesn't work.
Yeah, no. Maybe just a little sword fight. Yeah. I don't know. However, I'm just saying, like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Because if you count that as sex, then like
everyone. It's called oral sex.
Okay, we're just gonna call it fellatio.
Oh.
And what's the other one? Fellatio.
Finger banging.
Cunnilingus.
Cunnilingus.
No, that is not sex because then everyone's numbers are like tripling.
Not mine.
Yours aren't?
Like girls, I feel like in high school and even in college would be like, yeah, I gave him a blowjob. I'm like, for what?
Oh, see, but
like I've low-key always been this way. No.
Okay.
I'd be like, unless we're doing it, what's the point?
Okay, so she wants to go to home plate every time.
I just don't understand, like, okay, you're getting something or I'm getting something, but like then no, a hand job, that's exhausting. When you said skiing, I automatically started sweating. Like there's no way. No way.
I think hand jobs are the dumbest things in the world. There is no way. Okay? Seinfeld episode.
It should just be like a flirting thing.
A Seinfeld episode talked about this, which hand I love, jobs? Elaine, where she tries to turn a gay man and she turns him for like a week and is so happy. And he's like, it's the best, blah, blah. And then she's like, we broke up. And Jerry's like, why? And she's like, well, how can I put it this way? You know, I'm getting the equipment, what? Like twice a week? Twice a week, maybe? And you born with the equipment. You know the equipment. You feel the equipment. You know? And she's basically just saying like, no one is going to be better at your body than you are yourself. Like,
yeah.
for certain things, you know what I mean? So it's like, hand job. No.
Right.
Like, no.
No.
Not me.
No.
And it's also, as you get older, it's like, for what?
Literally for what?
It's like when you're younger and you're just getting to learn.
Yeah.
What the peep is.
Even then, it couldn't be me.
I just think it's funny. I don't know. A little HJ. I'm 36. It's not happening.
You're like, I'm about to hit menopause. No fucking way. HJ? No. Couldn't be me.
Okay, that was so good.
Wait, what was the question? That was a tangent. I apologize.
You asked for what you want sexually?
So I feel like
83% said yes.
Mine's only as of the past. How old am I? 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
That I know what I want. So it's like knowing it. It's knowing what you want and then communicating it. And then I think also in my situation, the expectations, managing expectations, like this should not be sensual. Blow my back out.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's not the vibe.
Oh,
but then sometimes it could be the vibe. Sometimes a sensual thing could be a vibe.
Okay. And you communicate that
up front. And then the expectation is that you deliver. And if you don't deliver,
like, hi, I would like you to.
And I just delete your number. I'm just kidding.
I would like you to choke me out and pull my hair today because I've had a rough day at work.
No, but actually,
right? And then you're like, and then the next time you're like, I just want you to cuddle me and just spoon me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just slip it in when you feel the time is right.
I can't.
But actually, like, don't even or talk dirty to me.
Okay.
Like, talk more, talk less.
Okay.
I think it's important.
How important is foreplay? Okay. 81% said very important, which doesn't surprise me. And then 13 votes said don't care either way.
Huh.
I think there's a time and place.
Yeah.
But like to
just
really,
not to care.
To really get your engines revved.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a way in which the female body works. Okay?
Yeah.
You can't really just cold turkey it.
No.
There's gotta be a little smooching or something happening to get
the
river flowing.
And so this is the other thing. Like, you could, even foreplay, I feel like reading, I mean, not that you would read a book to each other, but maybe you do, like reading erotica, watching porn, like something. I couldn't just like dive into it. There has to be something prior to.
Yeah.
Whether it be a kiss, a touch, a feel.
Something. Otherwise, you're ripping some walls.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not good for anybody.
No. The next one is prefer nighttime or morning sex. Guys, I've said this and I'll say it again. I mean, morning's cool because I feel like you're like, your senses are like fresh.
See, for me, I like morning because I'm like not stressed out yet.
Okay, gotcha.
At the end of the day, I have too much on my mind.
But see, I kind of like night because it's like a little nightcap, and morning get away from me. We've said this before.
It's the morning breath for you.
I cannot. The idea of someone trying to smooch me with their fucking nasty ass breath that they've just been like in bed with. Get that away from me. And also, don't put that downstairs. What kind of fungus is going on in your tongue? I'm just saying, if you think about it, someone's mouth, it's the dirtiest when you wake up, I feel like.
We gotta fact check that. I don't think that's accurate.
Okay. Well, anyways,
it's me, maybe the stinkiest.
The stinkiest. But it's like, don't kiss any of me with that mouth.
Yeah, see, it doesn't bother me until you said fungus.
That's when I would be like, okay, just like, let's do a little quick spoon action. Yeah. Because we're
not doing makeout sessions.
No.
But don't you wake up more moist than usual? Like, than throughout the day?
What? Like in the morning?
Like, I'm wet.
Okay.
So it's easier just to, like, without a ton of foreplay.
In the morning.
No. So then you don't really need the smooching and the kissing. It's just kind of like do the deed and go get a shower and start your day.
Okay. I'm still on nighttime girly. I mean,
okay.
I'll do it whenever. whenever I want to.
Oh, whenever. Okay.
Which goes into our, has your sex drive changed as you've gotten older?
Yeah.
So, this was our closest one. 30% says it hasn't changed.
Okay.
32% says want it more.
Okay.
And 38% say want it less.
Interesting.
And I will say it was higher for females for want it less. But I think as we get older, we also have children that we birthed.
Well,
it's more stress on our plate.
Yeah. When I was a married single mom, I didn't want it at all.
Yeah.
I couldn't give a single fuck about sex. Because I was doing everything. And my partner was not somebody who I found attractive because he wasn't doing shit.
Yeah.
So not doing shit, but
helping you out.
Barely nothing.
Like that. Yeah. So then why would you be turned on?
Right. And he didn't understand that.
I think that's what comes into how we are like sexually as we get older. There's so many outside like factors.
Yeah.
It's not just like, are you horny? Like, no. Like,
no.
If you think about it, and I guess it also depends on the situation you're in, right? So like married, single.
Right.
Like for me, I have all these stresses that come with being married with someone for 10 years, 2 young children,
sharing
a mortgage,
a house, sharing a dog, sharing cars,
stressed out with
different
my job,
work schedules.
So there's like all these factors that play into my libido. Okay?
For sure.
Like for all of this. And on top of that, though, I don't think that's the same for men.
No. I think somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. I feel like when men get married, they're like, okay, I'm locked and loaded for the rest of my life. Like, that's my vagina. Like, I'll get it all the time. Me and my ex had sex more when we weren't married and didn't have a kid than when we were married and had a kid. Just that's math. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And now I feel like we're separated. We haven't touched each other in years.
Yeah.
But now that I'm single, I've had more sex than I had when I was married for however long.
Yeah. Because there's just different factors, and there's not like the stress associated with that.
No, or it's not like you didn't take out the trash and I'm annoyed by you.
And that's the thing about it. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot.
There's a lot to it.
Or like you burnt dinner and now the whole fucking house smells like burnt chicken. Or like you cooked bacon trying to be nice and now the whole house smells like bacon and now my hair smells like bacon. Now I'm gonna have to wash my hair. And you want to have sex? No, because I'm pissed at you because my hair smells like bacon.
You know, that is like one of the truest things I've ever heard, and I relate with that so much. But like men are gonna be like, what a bitch. Like,
I made you bacon.
And it's like, it's not the point.
It's not the point.
But that's the thing. It's like
we're about to have people over and it smells like fucking breakfast. Like, no.
And that's the part about it, though, is like
dried up immediately.
Oh, yeah. But it makes us look bad and sound bad and unappreciative.
Right.
But at the same time, we just work differently than men.
Yeah.
Like there's everything that goes into our body and how we feel and if we would like to have sex.
Right.
Whereas men are just like, woke up with a stiff one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good for you.
Like
HJ yourself.
Sounds like you need an HJ in the bathroom. Go take a cold shower.
I can't. I was like, oh God. All right, next. Do you wish you were having more sex? 68% said yes. 32% said no.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would say yes, but that's only because I enjoy it. And I don't have like the stress associated with it. Because I don't have somebody I live with.
Yeah.
So the person I do have sex with, it's like, I wish I could have it more.
For anyone who said you wish you were having more, make that a priority. Have more with yourself.
Well, yeah. So that's what I substitute. My drawer of toys.
So I don't want you to just like go out there and bang it out with any random person.
No, that's dangerous.
But also, if you would like to be having more sex and you are with a partner, please talk about that. If you
tell them what you want. If you don't know what you want, figure it out. Explore yourself.
And if you would like to be having more sex and you're not with a partner, then maybe put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Start seeing what's around because life is short.
Life is short and tomorrow's never promised.
Nope.
Not to be super depressing.
So get that dick today.
So come down and get that dick today.
Okay. When? No. Do you prefer giving or receiving? This one surprised me. Trade off 36 votes at 53%, which I was kind of surprised.
Really?
I thought it would be more like receiving, like from all the guys that responded. But
there's a lot
of guys said trade off, and I was like,
there's a lot of guys. I mean, not a lot, but I've met people that they get off on giving.
Mm-hmm. You're like, okay,
what a world,
right? Yeah, giving was 19%. Receiving was 28%, and trade off was 53%.
Okay, so it's kind of almost like split.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I dig it.
Good for you guys.
We're so proud of you for trading off.
We're so proud of you taking turns.
But if you say trade off and you're not actually trading off, we're looking at you.
That means you're a liar.
Yeah, so go suck a pee or lick
a V.
That was a good one.
And stay true to your answers, people.
Okay. Is lack of sex, bad sex, a deal breaker in a relationship? 35% said we can work it out. 12% said no, like it's not a deal breaker. And 53% said yes.
Yeah, mine would be a yes.
Well, the thing is, for me, the people pleaser, I'd go to the work it out route first. I would try to be like, is this fixable? Do we just have really bad chemistry?
Yeah.
Like, try to work around it.
But based on what factors? The fact that, like, does that mean that you are in love with this person, so there's other things outside of just the physical part that you'd be like, let's work it out?
Yeah. Well, it says in a relationship. So, like, if you're in a relationship, you would think that you have some kind of commitment or attachment to this person enough to want to be with them.
Right.
So, if you're, like, consistently having bad sex or lack of sex, I think if you try to talk about it, and if it doesn't work, then you move on.
I think at some point
you can't settle for bad or lack of
for the rest of your life.
Yeah, no,
couldn't be me. But I just feel like there's, at the end of the day, it's like a chemistry thing. It's not something that, like, you can practice certain things and get better at them, but there's also that just like natural chemistry that if you don't have it, you don't have it. I feel like
that's true,
and that's just not gonna.
That doesn't change.
It doesn't really change.
No matter how hard you try, it's kind of there or not.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why, I mean, I'm divorced, but like that's why, like, sex didn't save us.
Yeah, no. And the thing about it is, when you think about it, if you always have bad sex or lack of sex, it's probably going to be that way. Whereas if you were, even if you try to fix it, like, you know what I mean? Whereas if you were having good sex and a lot of it, like, you could probably get back there because you had it at one point. But if you never felt that, to where it was like good or something that you looked forward to and really wanted, and you were just playing the part, move on.
Also, if you're getting in a relationship with somebody where that's the case, please don't. That makes you sad for you.
Yeah.
If you're in a relationship with somebody and you never had that connection.
And sad for the other person too, because
my heart.
They should want to have
a partner that appreciates them and wants them as badly as they want the other person. It should be a two-way street.
Two-way street, not a one-way street, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
How important is sex to you? So 39% said important. Very important, 26%. 29% said depends on the day.
That's why I put depends on the day. Because it does. Some days I'm stressed. Some days I'm just like trying to take a nap, watch Netflix, fall asleep on the couch maybe. And then other days I'm like, I'm going to say hunting for it. But other days I'm like, where is it?
You're like sniffing out
literally
a male species.
Literally. I'm like, how do I find one? I wish I was joking.
Oh, I know. But it's life, man.
It's just day to day, man.
And then 4 people said not so much. So
what was the question? Like, that was the answer?
Is sex important to them?
Not so much.
4 people said not so much. So they just don't it's just not probably a driving factor within who they are.
Okay.
Because there's some people out there who are asexual or whatever, and they literally don't feel for any other person but themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's interesting.
Or they just don't think. Like, I have some friends that just are like, I don't even think about it. I don't even consider it.
Again,
mind-boggling to me.
Mind-boggling
to me. And it's funny because, like, some of my best friends, but, like, we're very different in that way.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you never, like, we'll go out and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what do you think's under the pants?
And nothing.
And they're like, what? Why would you even say that? I'm like, look at him.
It's like, because I'm human.
How could you not think that?
I just wonder.
They don't.
I wonder if it's just ingrained in us or if it's the way we're brought up. Or like a factor of both.
Like, nature versus nurture.
Yeah. Like, I just wonder that. Like, because it was so open to me, and I grew up with my aunts around and stuff, and like sex was talked about, and I was always like interested, but not enough to like do it super young. So I was like,
right. You were just
also
piqued your interest. You were curious.
My interest, and I'm like, what about it? And then my mom was so open with me.
Yeah.
Being like, test them out. Like, have fun, be safe about it.
Be safe, yeah.
But like, this is the time in your life where you should be exploring. And, you know, and I just felt like I was kind of given the go ahead.
The green light, yeah.
The green light to just kind of, and I didn't really, I mean.
But do you think having the green light made you be like,
maybe. Because
I feel like that way with alcohol. So I have had friends who were not allowed to drink at all, but they wanted to. They got to college, had freedom, and were wasted the first 3 weeks of college, missed classes, like all that. But it's like, yeah, when you deprive somebody of something, they're going to want it more.
Yeah. And then they go crazy.
Food for thought.
That was all our questions. What else can we talk about with sex?
I mean, I feel like we covered most of the bases.
Everything, right?
Yeah.
I think one thing I can say, or how I'll say my spiel about sex, I think you need to do what works for you and make sure you communicate that.
Yeah, to your partner.
To your partner, to your partners, to yourself. Like, make sure if you're not physically happy with yourself or touching yourself the way you would like or anything like that, it's not going to transfer. The same shit's going to transfer over to a partner.
Yeah.
Like, so you have to just be very aware of yourself and then also of your partner's needs.
Yeah.
If you have a partner. When you have a partner. If you don't, then
or
just
ask
yourself.
them too. I mean, I know I'm super blunt and open, but I'll just be like, do you like this? Do you not like this?
Like, would you like a pinky in your butthole?
Nope.
Just saying. I knew you were going to be like.
I would never even, if somebody said like anything with the butt, I'm like, no.
You're like, I'm a desert.
You literally shit there. Like, absolutely not. And people who do it, that's their thing. That's fine. No judgment. Not for me.
Not for you.
Not for me.
That's hilarious. I knew that was going to get you going. Not much gets you going.
The butt stuff, man.
All right. Oh, is it my turn?
It's your turn.
We have the topic thunder.
Food. What is a meal that you felt you basically had like a foodgasm? Is there any meal that, like, when you eat it, you're like, oh my God.
Honestly,
I love it so much. I want more of it. You feel things throughout your whole body.
Just pasta in general. Just a big old bowl
noodles.
of some kind of pasta, because I don't give it to myself often because I can't control myself.
Yeah.
I'll eat like an entire, like a whole box of pasta.
Yeah.
So any type of pasta.
Just pasta.
A white sauce, a red sauce, butter with salt and pepper, anything.
So, okay.
Any
just
type of
noodles.
pasta, I am like,
like spaghetti, like, is it just doesn't matter.
Spaghetti, linguine, penne, raviolis.
I was gonna say raviolis.
All of it. Lasagna. Love it.
Okay, so you do like a little happy dance.
Oh, it is like a carb carnival.
Oh, a carb carnival.
And I'm dancing.
Now that's an idea. A carb carnival.
Probably have them somewhere.
Probably in the Midwest.
Puking.
Probably in the
Everyone's
Midwest.
puking up there.
Only if it's in California, because the gluten intolerance in California is out of control.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Anywho.
We're looking at you, California.
Yeah, so pasta. Let's do a bothered 30 because you are bothered.
What was I bothered about?
Everything. She literally yesterday.
Oh,
yeah. I forget what you said to me, but she's like, I gotta take a time out.
What did I say? I don't remember. But yeah, I'm bothered. Whew. Well, this episode's about to take a turn.
We're ready.
Let me know when.
Bothered 30 starts now.
I can't stand the United States of America, specifically the Supreme Court with some of the decisions recently, and even things that are just getting debated with the female body. It is infuriating, and it really just it bothers me to my core as a mother, as a woman, and as somebody who stands up for equal rights no matter your sex, gender, ethnicity, whatever. And it makes me want to fuck around and go to law school and just be there and say, you guys are wrong. I overturn this because you guys are fucked up. And I don't even like school.
I know you would do that just to go back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't like school. I never liked school.
I like school.
But some of these decisions make me want to fuck around and pull an Elle Woods on their asses.
Ooh, Elle Woods. What a good movie.
What a good movie.
And what a terrible place to live right now.
Yeah. It's just depressing, really.
It is.
For
the
our unbothered baddie
of the week.
So we were thinking, okay, who is very sex positive? And I follow somebody on Instagram, I think a handful of the listeners do as well, called Sex with Emily. So Emily is a doctor of human sexuality. She has a #1 rated podcast called, shocker, Sex with Emily. And then she also has a book called Smart Sex. So she is just very out and open. She, demystifies and debugs certain things, common misconceptions. She's very, pleasure forward, self, others, all about talking to your partner, just some of the things that we touched on today. So if you have questions or you're unsure of where to start, I would definitely say go to her page. She posts often, and she has a lot of different tips, tricks, and just ways to be, a healthy sexual being.
What's her handle?
It's called Sex with Emily.
Sex with Emily. So check it out.
Sex with Emily.
Great. That's our bothered baddie of the week. Thank you, Emily, for being so open.
Yes.
And thank you to our audience and viewers and listeners and everyone who supports us and everyone who answered all the questions.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
That was a big response.
That was a big response. We were happy. I mean, I feel like
people love sex.
Sex sells. It does.
It's so funny.
I mean, they have actual sex stores out there, so sex does sell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I buy sex. Oh. No, I don't. Pause. That did not come out how I had intended. Mm-hmm. So
we're going to end there.
Just close that out. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in and sharing our conversation on sex with us. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe. Share us with your friends, family, and follow all the behind-the-scenes content at The Unbothered Moms on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. We will catch you next week.
See ya.